I've none of my own. Well, that's all. I'm a hatter.
Give your evidence, and don't be nervous, or have you executed on the spot.
Hold it! Bring me the list of singers from the last concerts.
I'm a very poor man, Your Majesty, and I haven't begun my tea. Not above a week or so ago, and what with the bread and the butter running so thin, and all the twinkling, all the...
Oh, the twinkling, eh? The twinkling of the what?
It began with the tea, Your Majesty. I'm a very poor man, and most things twinkled. After that, only the March Hare said,
I didn't!
You did!
I denied it! He denies it! Leave out that part.
Well, after that, the Dormouse went ahead and said that well, it's inconsequential. After that, I went to cut some more bread and butter, and you said...
Oh, but what did the Dormouse say?
Well, that is a very good question, Your Majesty, and one I would answer if I could remember.
Oh, but you must remember! Or I'll have you executed!
I'm a very poor man.
You're a very poor singer! Don't talk
Well, if that's all you know about it, you may stand down.
Does it look like I can stand down, Your Majesty? I'm on the floor as it is. All things considered, I'd rather just finish my tea.
You may go.
Then they let him go. Now he's better. Take his head up outside. No!
Call the next witness.
Next witness!
Give your evidence.
Sean.
Ah, right. Consider your verdict.
No! Your Majesty must cross-examine the witness!
Oh, if I must. What are these tarts made of?
I'm a bartender.
Collar that Dormouse! Hit that Dormouse! Get that Dormouse out of my courtroom! He cheated off with its whiskers! That's a restriction on civil liberty! It's against her human rights! Dormouse right! Yeah, as an RSPCA member, I order you to cut that out now!
Call the next witness!
Alice, do something!
Really, my dear, you must cross-examine this next witness. It quite makes my forehead ache.
Man up against the screen! Let go!
Next witness, Alice.
Here! So sorry, please excuse me. I beg your pardon.
What do you three know about this tart business?
Nothing.
Nothing whatever?
Nothing whatever.
Ah, that's very important.
Unimportant, Your Majesty means, of course.
Unimportant. Of course I meant. Important. Unimportant. Unimportant.
This is ridiculous! You have no evidence, no reliable witnesses, and no representation for the defence. This is a complete sham, and I won't stand for any...
Rule 42. All persons with multiple personalities must leave the court immediately.
We do not have multiple personalities!
You do?
You have 3! Well, I shan't go! That's not a regular rule. You invented it just now.
It's the oldest rule in the book.
Well, then it ought to be rule number 1 and not rule number 42. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, right. In that case, consider your verdict.
There's a lot more evidence to come before that. Please, Your Majesty. This letter has just been picked up.
Well, what is in it?
I haven't opened it yet, but it appears to be from the prisoner to somebody.
Ah, it must be that. Unless it was written to nobody, which isn't usual, you know.
And who's it directed to?
It doesn't say. There's nothing written on the outside. Oh, it's not a letter at all. It's a series of verses.
Are they in the prisoner's handwriting?
No, they're not, and that is the weirdest thing about them.
He must have imitated somebody else's hand.
Please. Excuse me. Your Majesty. I didn't write this. You can't prove I did. It's not even signed at the bottom.
Ah, then you must have been up to some mischief, or else you'd have signed your name like an honest man.
That proves his guilt. It proves nothing of the sort. Why, you don't even know what the verses are about. Well, read them then.
Where shall I begin, Your Majesty?
Oh, do I have to tell you everything?
her and mentioned her to him. She gave me a good character, but said I could not swim. They gave him 1, she gave me 2, they gave her 3 or more. They all returned from him to you, though they were mine before.
Yes. That's the most important bit of evidence we've heard yet. So if you've stopped finished treading on the tarts, we can let the jury consider their verdict.
If anyone of that jury can explain those verses, I'll give them £10.
I don't believe there's an atom of meaning in it.
If there's no meaning in them, then that saves a world of trouble as we needn't try to find any. And yet I seem to see some meaning in them after all. I gave her 1, they gave me 2. That must be what he did with the tarts.
Well, then it goes on. They all returned from him to you.
Well, there they are. Nothing can be simpler.
What?
Now, if we can let the jury consider their verdict...
No. Sentence first. Verdict afterwards.
Stuff and nonsense! The idea of having the sentence first!
I can't stand this any longer. Hold your tongue. No, we won't. Off with that head. Your head. And all of your heads as well. And
Here's for you! You're nothing but a reflection inside of a mirror! Where are we? I feel as though we've travelled for miles and miles. Yet, we don't seem to have gone anywhere at all, or left anyone behind. Yeah, but they weren't there before, though. What do you suppose the stupid things are doing?
You know, I do think we're actually in the same place, except it just feels different. I feel different.
yes. I feel like part of me wants to go that way and part of me wants to go the other way.
Really? How peculiar. I feel as though I've been trying to get here all along. It doesn't make any sense at all, but it feels sort of right.
What's going on now?
Child, take thy pure unclouded brow and dreaming eye of wonder. Though time be fleet, and us and thou soon half a life asunder, thy newborn smile will surely hail the love gift of a fairy tale.
What's it talking about?
We will not see thy sunny face, nor hear thy silver laughter, though thought of us should find a place in your young life hereafter. Enough that now thou wilt not fail to remember this, our fairy tale.
I think they're talking to us.
Return to frost from blinding snow, the storm wind's moody madness, vanished from the firelight's ruddy glow, and childhood's nest of gladness. Magic words shall hold thee fast, thou shalt not heed the raving blast.
And though the shadow of a sigh may tremble through your story, for happy sunny days gone by and vanished summer glory, it shall not touch with breath or veil the pleasance of our fairy tale.
What was that?
Whatever is it?
Something's pulling at me.
No, they're not.
What does she
they
want?
I think she wants me to go through the mirror. I think that's what she wants. I think that's where I need to be.
What is she doing? She's being silly. What is she?
at you as well.
No, this is right, Alice. It's your turn now.
Oh, so there you are. Who, me? Who else would I be talking to? Where the hell have you been? The only thing I could think of was that you thrown yourself out of a window. I mean, I know work is pretty bad, but seriously, Alice. I did not throw myself out the window. What kind of mad woman do you think I am? Well, where have you been then? I just followed the rabbit through your mirror and ended up in an alternate dimension where the laws of physics didn't apply and animals could talk. That book of plant sciences is completely out of date. Good one. You mean a phone and some talking beavers too? What? You're serious? Whoa, this work must be really getting to you. Yeah. I suppose it is a bit. I must have dozed off, but it was the most peculiar dream. At least, I think it was my dream. But maybe it was the king's all along. Maybe you've been working too hard. Yeah, maybe you're right. Time for a break, don't you think? Well... No, seriously. Okay then. You know, it wasn't an altogether bad dream, but I shall really enjoy having a cup of tea that doesn't immediately turn me into someone else. I shall be quite content just being myself for a while.
In a wonderland they lie, dreaming as the days go by, dreaming as the summers die, ever drifting down the stream, lingering in the golden gleam. Life, what is it but a dream?